There we go. All right, so I think this is the fourth year of India Cloud Security Summit, and I just want to begin by welcoming you all to this one-day virtual event. For various reasons, we couldn't do this last year, but we are back again this year, and we're really sorry about that. There were just some things which was holding us back, so we couldn't have this event last time. But this is the fourth successful year we are doing this event, and this wouldn't have been possible with all your support. So thank you so much for being with us throughout this journey, and it really means a lot for us. So with that, as you all know, I see a lot of known faces and known names. So I'm sure a lot of you know the drill about how we do these events. So if you're somebody who's new, in this welcome note, I'm just going to give you a lay of the land of how we are going to do this entire event, right? What are some guidelines that you need to be aware of? What are the different tracks, so on and so forth. So to begin with, this event is just not about learning. You also get a chance to win exciting goodies as well. So as you can see, the first one is an Amazon Echo Spot, and then we have the Sony wireless headphones and the Fast Track Pro smartwatch. And in this one-day virtual event, as I said, we have three different tracks, and each track is going to focus on different topics, right? So if you go to the event website, we have clearly called out which track is going to focus on which topic. I believe the first track is more around Microsoft 365 related stuff. The second one is more around Azure security and stuff. And the third one is more around endpoint security, Power Platform, so on and so forth. So please make sure that you pick the track which is more suitable for you. And also, feel free to hop on between tracks, but make sure that you're completing, you're staying for the full session in a given track so that you don't lose context. Okay. As I already made it clear, so this is a 10 hours non-stop virtual event, meaning there are not going to be any breaks. We have speakers from different parts of the world. We have speakers from India, from Australia, from Europe, and from the US, right? So people are going to be joining on their time zones, and the sessions are going to run one after the other. I understand it's a lot of effort to stay through this entire one-day session, but I just want urge everyone to make use of this wonderful opportunity. So all our sessions have deep dive demos as well. This is not just a normal sales session. We have a lot of demos, a lot of real world experience, so everything coming your way. And with regards to speakers, we made sure that we got the best speakers in the world for this event. So we have Microsoft MVPs, Microsoft employees, industry leaders, and community experts. So these are people who have been working on this very domain for years, and they're here to share their knowledge, which they have gained, by working with these technologies for a very long time. And as I also said, there is an opportunity to win goodies, and I'll be talking about the quiz and stuff at a later point. Session guidelines. So I hope you all agree to the fact that a day-long event like this needs some proper guidelines and guardrails, or else we'll be sitting here forever. And that's the last thing I want to do on a weekend, right? So let's stick to these guidelines so that we all start and finish on time. The Teams meeting URL to join the sessions can be found on the event website. So if you go to the event website, which is www.indiacloudsecuritysummit.com, against every session, you'll be seeing a Teams icon. So just click on this icon, it will take you right into the respective session, okay? And please keep yourself muted throughout the course of the session, because sometimes even without your knowledge, you would have unmuted yourself, and that's simply gonna kill the experience for everyone in that session. So please make sure that you're muted. We don't want any disturbance happening to the speakers or to your fellow participants. You're more than welcome to ask questions. And as a matter of fact, please do ask questions, right? But please make sure that you park your questions towards the end of the session, because we do not want you asking questions while the speaker is speaking, or because that's simply going to prolong the entire session, and that's going to prolong the entire event. So there is going to be a Q&A time for every single session, let's say 5 to 10 minutes, and you can ask your questions. For whatever reason, if you have follow-up questions, you can just continue over the chat, but just be mindful of your time. After the session is over, as I said, this is a series of sessions. So on the same meeting, you just continue to stay on the same meeting track. Speakers will be joining one after the other, and they'll be delivering their session. So As an attendee, your job is to only stay on the relevant team meeting, and speakers will join and they'll continue to deliver their sessions. And we are going to try our very best to make sure that all the sessions start on time and they end on time. But then that also, comes with a lot of ifs and buts, right? So please make sure that you're mindful of your Q&A times and the questions that you ask. So for the quiz, we are using Quiz Hub. It's a web app, and that's something that we have been using for all our events. The URL is given there. It's quiz.confub.com. I would humbly request everyone to create an account there, register yourself, because unless you haven't registered, you won't be able to participate in the final quiz. So please make sure that you're registering there. And if you're somebody who's not part of a meetup group, please make sure that you join our meetup group, because there are a lot of awesome events that we have planned, and we do not want you to miss that. And this is the A team which has put together this wonderful event. And I just want to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to every single one of them. So Vignesh, myself, Narsima Perumal, Jashit, Samik, and we also have our wonderful volunteers today who have volunteered to moderate our session. So we have Feroz as well as Rohit. So without them, an event of this sort and this scale wouldn't have been possible. So I just want to make sure that I'm taking the time to congratulate them for all the effort that they have put out there. And of course, our speakers, we have about 43 speakers from different parts of the world who are joining us today to share their knowledge. And, it just takes their time and effort, and more than that, they have been so passionate about this. And, I just can't thank them enough for sharing their knowledge with us. And once again, thanks to all our speakers for being with us today. And finally, to attend the quiz, as I said, this is the URL. The quiz will be from 7 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And whenever you find some time, please sign up in this URL so that you have your account created, because only then you can participate in the quiz. With that, let me take a moment to also thank our sponsors, Microsoft and Pantara Technologies, because they have been very instrumental, in all the PR related stuff, creating the website. And there is a lot of work that happened in the back end to put together an event like that. So they're very, very instrumental on there, and thanks a lot to them as well for sponsoring this event. So finally, all I have to say is just sit there, enjoy, take it easy, and good luck and have fun. I want to make sure that at the end of the day, you walk out of this session with a lot of knowledge on the Microsoft security services. No matter even if you're a rookie or an experienced professional, there is always something for you to learn, and we are trying to offer that via these sessions. So with that, let me go ahead and invite our welcome note, our keynote speaker. So our keynote speaker is Hamid Rajab. So Hamid works as the Director for Technical Product Marketing on the Microsoft Purview space. So Hamid, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Namaste. I'm super excited to be here, Vignesh and team. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm very excited and looking forward to talking to you about this amazing topic of security in the age of agentic AI. I have about close to 15 minutes. Keep me honest, Vignesh. So I'll try to make sure that I keep it within that timeline. So with that, let's jump right into it. Innovation and human ingenuity has shaped our world for centuries. Every industrial revolution has helped us make big strides in elevating human potential, from the steam engine to the printing press to electricity to silicon to computers to internet to phones to cloud and now artificial intelligence. AI, as we all know, is unlocking new possibilities every day for us. We are perhaps in the most exciting invention times of our lives, if not in our human history. And now we're taking the next leap of innovation towards agentic AI. So let us go boldly into that future of AI agents. In the not too distant future, every person, every family, every organization on this planet will be augmented by a unique set of interactive AI agents. These agents will become as ubiquitous as the apps we use for just about everything today, and just as easy to interact with, or even more so because we will communicate in natural language, a different modality altogether. Let's take a look at some of the scenarios. The agents will become our digital companions and digital colleagues, helping us juggle our lives and, in fact, help us thrive um, in things that we're trying to do. Let's imagine a scenario where you have to present your research paper at a prestigious conference. It's a fantastic opportunity, but you only have 4 weeks to prepare. At the same time, you have a major work deadline for launching your new AI product. A significant medical appointment is also pending, and you need to help your daughter with an upcoming important study related project. Plus, you want to plan a special getaway with your partner for your anniversary. This is where your team of AI agents can make a difference. Imagine having an AI chief of staff who manages your work schedule and assigns tasks to other AI agents. For instance, an AI research agent can gather new insights for your paper. It knows how Hamad writes his research papers. An AI creative agent can provide innovative ideas to take that research data and create a powerful presentation out of it. An AI reviewer can double check and make sure that the word count and everything is aligned with how you talk about those topics and so on and so forth. And then you can also double check through AI with legal and compliance. And AI product manager agent can help assist you driving the launch activities for your product. Furthermore, your AI chief of staff can collaborate with your AI personal companion agent to manage your home schedule. Agent can schedule learning sessions for your child, can reschedule and schedule your medical appointments. It also has visibility into the work calendar, but there's also an agreement between what are the level of details that are available one way or the other. And then there's an AI fun agent that allows you to help plan an amazing anniversary trip, which is a bucket list destination that you've been thinking about for a long time, complete with bookings and a rare finds. And it might even help order groceries based on what you need and what you're missing in your pantry while you go and travel. Though through this, all of these self-learning agents who are working with each other, planning and acting and adapting, we will find ways in which you can thrive with the help of those agents, and they will help you on the most intimate level of knowledge and allow you to navigate your day-to-day lives. And these are the massive scales of executions, from personal to work to healthcare to climate change to transportation to education, and of course our today's topic of cybersecurity. And these agents will not interact amongst themselves or not just with us, but it's a combination of all of those things, turning exhaustion of tasks, deliverables into inspiration. So let's see, what will it take? How do we get there? It's an incredibly exciting and promising opportunity, but we are all in the cybersecurity domain. I believe that's why you've joined this conference today. I'm sure you all have concerns all at once as AI brings with the new and amplified risks with it as well. So behind this incredible era of agentic AI are intricate security considerations that organizations must prepare for today. So as we go and talk about agentic AI, we need to think about security. Security has to come first. And we're living in an interesting time and space as we speak. These are some of the statistics that I'm sharing from a Microsoft perspective, but these are very well known and very well understood. So there is a speed, there's a scale, there's a level of sophistication that is growing order of magnitude year over year. So just imagine the middle statistic, 7,000 password attacks per second. There is no way that we can tackle this at a human scale. So while I paint a picture of how agents can come in and help, we are actually living in the present at the moment. We're at the human state, at the human speed, with the human state of art that we have today. We cannot really tackle all of the cybersecurity challenges that are coming our way. So what do we do? So the more prevalent and capable agents become, the more critical their security becomes. So we need to use AI, we need to use agents to tackle the security challenges, but the more capable these agents become, the more critical their security also becomes. And the security of the environment in which they are allowed to operate. What are the rules of engagement? How does one agent interact with the other? How does a business context agent interact with a personal context agent? Will each agent have an identity? How do we do access control? and so on and so forth. And then at the same time, multiply that with the scale at the pace and the sophistication of today's threat landscape. So there are lots of challenges in front of us. So we have to be able to protect, not only protect, but detect and protect and respond at machine speed. And of course, enabling security at superhuman speed is precisely the domain of AI agents. So if AI agents are the future and they're going to help us with security, what are the critical security considerations that we have? Here are the top 8 things that we generally talk about. I'm not going to go into the details, but a couple of high-level points. Number one, each and every one of these agents must have associated set of identities and permissions. The data security, the data context that is given to those agents has to have a tight access control around those things. There has to be privacy considerations. There has to be compliance considerations. There has to be governance considerations. And then the rules of engagements between humans and agents, as well as among different agents. And then there are threat actors that will come outside. So agents are not going to be only used for good purposes, but imagine all the threat actors that will be using those agents for nefarious activities as well. So all of that has to come together. So while there's a lot of optimism and there's a lot of potential, there is also a need to be very, very considerate about the security elements of this new agentic era. We can put those 8 things into 2 big buckets here. One is the AI agents for security, and the other one is security for AI agents. I'm going to quickly cover AI agents for security first, and then I'm going to go into security for AI agents and wrap this up pretty quickly in the interest of time. Let's jump in. So imagine the future where there are more incidents, and I think that's present actually. There are more incidents than you can handle as a SOC administrator sitting in your SOC operations center at a human speed. So can an AI agent come in, that is self-taught, that can achieve superhuman competency, that is able to reason over those incidents and able to provide you how to go and tackle them and solve them? I'm not going to go through each one of those scenarios, but you can build a picture in your mind of how you can use AI agents working at the speed of AI and being able to tackle multitude of cybersecurity related challenges. It's not only about being right side of the bang, meaning when the incident has happened and you're responding to it. It is also left side of the bang, meaning how can you proactively protect and defend the security landscape from that perspective. So agents empower. So here are the agents that we are talking about. And again, this is a Microsoft example that we have launched, that we have announced. All big players in the industry are building different kinds of agents. So take a look at it from a Microsoft perspective, but also zoom out and see where the industry is going. So the agents, the AI machine learning models, they're learning constantly. They're improving. They're seeing how humans act in those scenarios. And then they're trying to mimic the similar actions to go do different set of activities. Phishing triage, alerting triage for DLP, for insider risk management, checking for conditional access, for zero trust, for threat intelligence. And it's not only built by Microsoft, there is a whole entire ecosystem that's going with that. And there's a constant learning loop that is associated with that. I'm going to very quickly show that to you, what it looks like in real life. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Just imagine there is an agent that's running in your SOC environment. It comes in, it looks at it. All right, there are more incidents that as a human that you can go through, sift through, and tackle and triage and solve. So now you have an agent that's doing 95% of your work, is taking load off of your shoulders and it's allowing you to scale basically. So 95% of the incidents are being triaged by an agent. That's actually happening today. That's possible today. And then you can go in, you can double click, and you can see that how an agent is reasoning over it. What's the rationale behind it? Is this a false positive? You can always bring human in the loop. So there will always be a dial between 0 to 100, like how much autonomy do you want to give? And I'm going to talk about different levels of autonomy in a little bit, but that just kind of gives you a quick sense of where this space is going. So future of AI for security. So this is the yin and yang. So security for AI and then AI for security. So it's going to go from assistive AI to autonomous AI. It's going to go from reactive to proactive. and it's going to go from recommendation to action-based. There are different levels of autonomy. Today, we are somewhere between level 0 and level 1, but the future is really coming very quickly towards us for level 2 and level 3 autonomy. I'm not going to go into the details, but level 3 is fully autonomous. The agent is able to not only execute, but it's also able to explicitly change the task that it is required to perform to get to the goals. You just tell the goal, and then it's able to figure it out. How do they go? So it's not really mimicking human agency. It's going above and beyond that. So agents will learn, adapt, and create to help us achieve our goals and work autonomously with human agency. So if Microsoft as a company, our goal is to make every individual and organization become more productive, that applies to cybersecurity domain. So then agents will come in and allow us to help us do that. And I want you all to imagine scenarios that are relevant for your domain, for your work scenarios, where you think agents can come in, and how will you bring the security context for those agents? So what does the security for AI agent looks like? If we are to truly benefit from it, trust has to be the foundation of it. We have to build our systems using responsible AI. We need to create agents that are secure, that are governable, that are verifiable by design, by default. And the way agents evolve, our approach to security of these agents has to evolve as well. It can no longer be a lab-based static design and test and deployment environment. We have to constantly learn and adapt our approach to providing agentic security as well. So you're going from the left side to the right side, from a lab-based verification to intent-based verification to policy-based systems of governance, where security sub-agents are making sure that all agents are doing only what they're supposed to do and nobody's going out of the line from there. So here is the high-level framework of how we think about it. Every agent must have an identity, least amount of agency, tight access control, ethical alignment for policy and governance. Everything should be intent-driven. If the agent's intent is to help you solve for your phishing triage-related tasks, that is the only thing that agent should be working on. It should not go and look at the credit card databases that are sitting behind your firewalls. And then there's a notion of a sub-agent, meaning who will guard the guards? Can we have an AI watchdog that is overlooking all of the agents? So then you have an agent who's working at the AI speed, who's taking care of all the other agents and making sure that they are staying in line and doing what they're supposed to do. So to bring all of that together, you got to have strong governance and policies. You got to have security embedded deeply into AI models. There has to be AI identity conversation, data access conversation, and everything that these agents do must be logged. So there's no black box conversation. We need to make sure that they are auditable. So together, if we come together, we can go into the future very boldly. We can create the future that we imagine. And for us to come together and be successful, we have to work together. It's not one person, not one organization. We all have to come together to make it happen. And I'm so grateful for you all to be listening to me this morning. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Vignesh and team.
All right, awesome.